Hey, it's Dr. Lance with Golden Gate Chiropractic Center. For those that have hypermobility of their lumbar spine, or maybe have an injury to the lumbar spine where they have to be really careful about rotation, I want to give a couple of exercises or mobility tools, or sometimes more stability tools you can use to protect the lumbars but still gain motion in other places. So basically an indirect way of approaching the lumbar spine. One of the things you have to do is stabilize, and so I'll use this pillow and I'll squeeze that between my knees. It could be a yoga block. If you can't get all the way together for whatever reason, you can double the pillow up. Whatever you can do to really provide an internal force that turns on your adductor group, which helps to stabilize the lumbar spine by engaging the leg muscles, the pelvic floor muscles as well. So you can squeeze your kegels, that gets the pelvic floor engaged, leg muscles. Then you want to breathe that 3-part breath. So I'm going to breathe into the belly first, particularly not just like I'm sticking my belly out, but more like I'm trying to inhale in a way that forces my fingers out, these bottom corners here. So it's like an alligator would breathe out the sides. You feel that bubble come out. So that's the first third of my breath. The second third of my breath is up into my chest and my belly. So it's here for the first third. Second third. My third third is my neck gets really long, so I tuck my chin and lengthen the back of my spine, so it's really tall and expansive. Once I maintain this space with my exhale, so I exhale but I don't deflate back down, nice and big, and then I exhale, I'm squeezing the pillow. Now I want to start rotating from my thoracic spine, but I have to think about the fact that my sternum will tell me where my thoracic spine is in space. My belly button will tell me where my lumbars are, for the most part. My pubic bone will really tell me where my pelvis is. My belly button will start to move when my lumbars really start to move. But if I can move my sternum away from my belly button, that's almost purely thoracic rotation. So I want to get everything from above my lumbar spine to move all the way down until my lumbar spine. So squeezing for stability, then a 3-part breath. Now I'm going to move my eyes first, thinking about where my sternum is and my belly button. Eyes, neck, shoulders rotating, and now I can feel my belly button wanting to rotate, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to stay in the middle. I'm going to exhale here. That earns the range of motion, and I'll come back to center. Inhale, eyes, neck, sternum, belly button doesn't move. I'm gonna do one more. Good, then back to center. I'm gonna switch my hands. 3-part breath, and you'll notice at first I was demoing breathing and then moving. What I actually want is the third third of my breath informs my motion. And then I exhale at the end range of motion to force my core to understand that range. So first third, second third, third third as I'm rotating. And I'm squeezing my legs. Even that when I moved my chest before I moved my eyes, so I'm going to be intentional with my eyes this time. Good. So this is something that you can do seated. If seated is not comfortable for you, you can also lie on your side, squeeze your knees. We call this a 90-90 stretch, but you have to be a little more careful because it's really easy to rotate from the lumbar spine. So you have to stabilize, really squeeze this, and you don't want the knees to move this way at all. They stay perfectly lined up. So I'm here, and then I go belly, chest, neck, and then from here I will open up this way, but I really have to keep my knees engaged, and I'll think about my belly button. Also, if all of a sudden my belly button starts to turn, I know that I'm turning from my lumbars. But if it is my eyes, head, arm, as I'm exhaling, I can feel my belly button wanting to move, but I just hold this position and exhale. Welcome back. If I open all the way, I could, but now my knees have shifted, my rotation has come from my lumbar spine. It's not about how far I go, it's about learning how to control range of motion away from the lumbars so that my lumbars can become once again stable. Good. So I hope that helps. I'll try to add in a few more cues in the future about ways you can start using your legs with hip range of motion to also save your lumbar spine. But for here, this is a great tool you can use. Rule of thumb is just to do 10 breaths on each side as you go. And if at any point you feel like it's painful, you can stop. Or even if you're not sure, if it just feels maybe questionably uncomfortable, stay away from any of the questionable stuff during mobility. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Love you guys.